Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the Great Revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the Great Revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, one legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the
Unang jackpot pa lang nahuli ang gusto. PBA basketball, ginalian ng gusto. Shoot sabay sigaw, dribble tapos hataw. Hiya parang lindol, buzzer beater ni Idol. Halos di makahinga sa talbog ng bola. Ang puso ay nagdadala. Sino ang magiging bida? Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang fans, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang aksyon ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang...
It's the final week of eliminations in the Season 50 PBA Commissioner's Cup. Only 9 teams remain alive, battling out for 8 positions that will make it to the quarterfinals. The top 4, of course, will enjoy twice-to-beat advantages. Macau is out of the hunt, the guest team for this conference, but they want to close out their PBA stint with pride. Tony Mitchell right at the heart of the Black Knights. On the other side, Jonathan Williams, who was called in as a replacement import, played his first game in their previous matchup where Tyler Teo turned out to be the hero of the Fuel Masters. What they're trying to chase right now is that twice-to-beat incentive. Fight or fold, Macau versus Phoenix in your first game of your Wednesday doubleheader. Thank you for tuning in to PBA Rush. You got Jot Sulit here together with Coach Ronnie Magsanok. Coach Ronnie, they always say it's so difficult, it's so dangerous to face a team with no pressure.
And that's why for Phoenix, it's all about taking care of business, nailing their 6th win, sailing along to the playoffs, and dealing Macau another loss in their, shall we say, otherwise forgettable campaign here so far in the Commissioner's Cup.
Definitely. Well, you know what? There were some flashes of brilliance from Macau in the course of their tournament. We'll talk about that later on. But as we see here, our incredible production team has segmented the team standings for our viewers' convenience.
Talk about color coding as we get to game number 69. And we are about to launch the 5th play date, 5th to the last play date. We find that all these teams continue to fight for that particular playoff spot. And we also have the other 4 teams right now out of contention.
That's right. Let's first talk about Phoenix in their previous game where Richie Rivera really carried the fight until Tyler hit that big shot at the buzzer.
This was a dogfight from start to finish. No team led by over 8 points in this overtime contest. It took an extra 5 minutes to settle the issue. This was a game that Phoenix was itching to really win. Leaning in, a former reinforcement who was named as the best import in 2023 and pulling off a king-size upset against the favored unit of TNT, who had Manut Mo scoring one of his, shall we say, lowest scoring output. A 30-20 game was not enough as Tyler Teo picked up the cudgels from Richie Rivero and played the hero's role for Phoenix and Del TNT. A loss that definitely hurt their chances of nailing a twice-to-beat edge.
We'll highlight the individual performances now. As you did mention earlier, Williams has come back in lieu of James Dickey, who missed the last few games of his PBA stint before he was eventually replaced by Williams. You talked about this guy being a former best import in the PBA. It's hard to earn an import slot in this league. And it's even harder to be called back.
And definitely his stint in 2023 was special, not just for Williams, but especially so for the franchise. Beat Tyler Bay for the Best Import Award, and Benny Boatwright. Some of the big names that he was able to get past by, and showed us that he is really a special talent. Very mobile for his size, a defensive monster, also capable of scoring near 25 points per game, which was his scoring average last time he was here. Also about 17 rebounds, and likewise gets his teammates very much involved offensively.
Absolutely. Well, one of the guys he worked well with was Tyler Theo. Again, Theo was just efficient in that game. Was he the one who forced overtime? Maybe no, it was Richie Rivero. But when it came to the final seconds with ball in front of him, Tyler hit that big shot.
When Richie Rivero went down because of a hand injury, Coach Charles Chu picked Tyler Theo to step up to the plate. And did he step up to the plate, nailing a critical free throw, but more importantly, the game-winning banker of a 3-ball that eventually settled the issue and disallowed a possible second extra time and nailed Phoenix their 5th win, or their 6th win in 10 games.
Well, Coach Charles knew he could trust a Theo as well as he could trust a Theo. And let's talk about Richie Rivero. This man has been balling out. I mean, the moment he entered the PBA a couple of seasons ago, everyone knew how exciting of a player Richie will be. He was in his first season, but I think it's only really in this conference that we're seeing him fully bloom.
Playing true to his potential, conference best is 40 points. The #1 scorer right now here in the Commissioner's Cup, #7 overall, with an even 20 points per game, exploded for 31, 14 of 24, and 11 rebounds, plus the 3 steals. But more than that, kept Phoenix in the hunt again and again and again, up to extra time. Richard Rivero, even if they lost him, the crucial stretches of extra time, was chiefly responsible for pushing Phoenix to a possible win, and eventually nailed that important win versus TNT.
Yeah, Coach, and fortunate news for Phoenix is that Richie is not suited up for this game. So they will have to rely a little bit more on the broad shoulders of Jason Perkins, the heart and soul of this Phoenix franchise. He's a lifer. He's been with his team through the different names and jerseys that the franchise has brought into the PBA, and he continues to contribute a decade into his career.
Coaches have come and gone. Perkins continues to be front and center of the Phoenix Fuel Masters. #15 overall in terms of scoring average. Second best local scorer, over 15 points per contest. One of their best rebounders, definitely an import stopper, but more than that, a clutch player at that. Name it, he can do it, and definitely for tonight's matchup, he'll be called upon by Coach Charles Chu to try and just make sure that they get their 7th win and sail safely into the postseason.
Yeah, of course, Phoenix right now, relatively safe waters. They're sitting at 5th. They have a higher goal to advance to the twice to beat top 4, but Macau is trying to stand in their way against Terra Firma. Macau was right there with a Jeep. They were only trailing by 1 point entering the 4th quarter, but that's where things changed.
Definitely, something changed in the last 12 minutes. But if you look at the metric of success for Terra Firma in this matchup, points inside the paint, awesome, plus 40. Only 7 turnovers for Jeep in that 48-minute match, and likewise winning the battle in transition lanes. But the 4th quarter was the biggest story. 3 key players did not play for Macau Black Knights. Damian Chonky was also missing in action in the last 2 quarters, and eventually only 7 points, 13 turnovers or 9 turnovers will not get it done for Macau, as they had more turnovers than points scored in that critical 4th quarter debacle.
They really relied on their locals in that 4th period. Unfortunately, it was a baptism of fire for those guys who haven't really seen a lot of action in their previous games. You were talking about these 3 guys, their top 3 point producers who did not see a single second in that 4th quarter.
You can only guess to what transpired prior to the final quarter. But definitely they will be needing these big names to be able to extract a difficult win against Phoenix. 3 of their starters averaging in double figures, but more than that, these are 3 very important players that were instrumental in nailing 2 wins out of the first 11 games for Macau Black Knights. If they are to win here against Phoenix, or even just contend and compete they have to see their players play maximum minutes, extended and extensive minutes, to be able to stay close at least to the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Something we have to say though, that was not Damian Chongqi's best game. Even in the time that he was on the floor, he still was able to play around 25 minutes and he just could not find a way past the defense of Terra Firma. It was a different story for Phoenix Shackelford, who gave them really good minutes, just 16 minutes on the floor, but he was very productive. And that's why it was very curious we didn't see any of them in that fourth quarter. I got to cover that game, and the report was that Damian Chongqui exited the arena in the third quarter. But it looks like he's ready to go back with the team and back on the hard court.
And that's all that counts, really.
And now it's time to meet the starters for both teams.
Aquino Stadium, and this is the Commissioner's Cup of your PBA 50. Our first game for today features the Macau Black Knights versus the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. Let us now meet the starters. First, for the Macau Black Knights. Point guard number 2, Damian Chongqui. Shooting guard number 7, Jennings Leung. Small forward number 77, Chen Lee Sing. Power forward number 3, Raymond Zhao. And at center number 14, Tony Mitchell. Coaching the Black Knights is Marcus Elliott. It is now time to meet the starters for the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. Point guard from San Fernando, La Union, number 19, Tyler Teo. Shooting guard from Misamis Occidental, number 39, Tony Inot. Small forward from Rosario, La Union, number 20, Kenneth Tapin. Power forward from San Luis, Pampanga, number 26, Brian Santos. And at center, it's a Fuel Masters reinforcement, number 2, Jonathan Williams. Coaching the Fuel Masters is Charles Chu. Game officials are Peter Balao, Marty Montoya.
Whistleblowers for this game, you got Balao, Montoya, Nubla, and Halig, the team of 4. For the starters, well, Damian Chongqui came into this matchup as a game time decision, but he's starting. He'll be with the Black Knights, joined by Leung. As always, it's going to be Shackelford who will try to produce points off the bench. As for Phoenix, Coach Ronnie, no Rivero, and that gives a chance for their rookie Tony Inot to try and make some damage as he joins the starting unit.
Only his 5th game here in the Commissioner's Cup, 2nd start earned by the former Binel Blazer, Tony Inot.
Here's Leung. Macau will have first crack at this basket. Again, we remember that Macau found a lot of success in the first 3 quarters against Terra Firma. They were only down by 1. Now, one big reason for that, Coach Ronnie, is Raymond Chow.
Yes, we're at 22 points in the second quarter.
Yeah. And 3 4-point shots in 1 quarter.
I was
alone.
here watching. You were doing the game. I was here, and I thought it would go down the wire until eventually they lost steam in the 4th and final quarter.
Here's Chongqui trying to make up for lost time. That's a traveling violation. He just mouths it off.
The 13 turnovers that led to 17 turnover points for Terra Firma. One category that Terra Firma really controlled against the Black Knights in their face-off last time that the 2 teams played.
You did mention a strong point about Williams in how not just that he won the Best Import Award, but he won it in a conference where we had incredible imports. What would you say is the most impressive thing about his game?
His mobility, his defense, really, and rebounding. Something that stands out.
Clearly has taken great care of his physique since the last time we saw him here in the PBA.
Indeed, first 3 ball converted by Inot for
Leung.
the Fuel Masters.
Leung could not answer. Inot, a product of the Benil Blazers. Played, of course, for Coach Charles Q back there. As Leung gets the steal and an easy deuce.
With the 2 wins of the Black Knights, it has been Jenin Leung has been named as the best player. And those 2 wins exploding from the 3-point line. Almost 30-point outings for this former student in Laguna for Brent International School.
I'm sure at some point, I probably ate tapsilog. So we'll consider him partly Filipino, maybe 0.5%.
Played in Canada after studying here in Laguna.
Same alma mater as Sean Anthony, McGill University. And he feels right at home here in the Philippines.
In their last game alone, he had just 10 points on just 5 attempts. 80% from the line shooting as well for this talented outside gunner.
Enot gets called for foul. We're tied 5 apiece. Here we take a look at this kick out from Chen to a wide open Leung, a 3-point shot brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
That was over-helping on the part of Tyler Teo, completely leaving Jenin Leung from the outside.
Mitchell misses on 2 opportunities right at the basket. Here's Williams. Look at how simple that move looked.
24 hours planning in and playing his first game, getting some rest. Definitely looks stronger compared to the way we saw him a couple of years ago. Built his physique.
Yeah, for sure. He actually had a chance to knock down a game-winning shot in that game against TNT, but at top of the key, a free throw jumper did not fall in for Williams.
Coming off a pocket pass from Richie Rivero. That last attempt that he did not convert.
Leung with the second steal. Leung has been so good, coach, in playing that passing lane well.
Well, this is already game number 12 for them. More or less, you know the opposition already. You've scouted them. More or less, you've gotten a feel on how the game is played here in the PBA. You know the local landscape as well.
Something that we've noticed from the previous game, too, is that Chongpi has had some communication problems with some of his local teammates.
It really happens. It's always a part of a competition.
I wonder if, you know, more than just communication and building that chemistry, I wonder how big of a factor language is also between them. Language barrier is. But Raymond Chow
showing us that he can also put the basketball down on the floor and attack. More of a spot-up shooter, really. His game has vastly improved as of late. 27-point performance in their last loss. That's 27 of the conference low, 84 points coming from Raymond Chow.
But we remember that he was actually a big part of
Eastern.
He struggled in his first few games with Macau, but looks like he's found his footing. Williams found Santos open, but could not knock down the 3. Chow will attack baseline, drawing that foul on Santos. Double whammy for Brian. Missed a 3 on one end, got called for a foul on the other.
And so far, the running game of the Black Shirts has yielded a 4-point lead for them at this stage, with almost 4 minutes gone as we see Jason Perkins making his first entry, replacing Brian Santos.
You mentioned this is already the 12th game for Macau, and we've seen one common theme when they're knocking down their outside shots.
Like Leung, for instance.
That's when they're deadly. That's when they win, or they get close to wins.
Hard to beat. And those were the games that they scored over 115 points in the 2 wins that they have posted so far in 11 games.
Theo misses on the runner. Chong Kui. Outside shot doesn't work. Enot has done a good job in just helping out Tuffin. His second 3 ball. This one falls in.
The maturity level of Ken Tuffin here in the PBA. Really something to marvel at. Now he's the team captain, by the way, of Phoenix.
Wow, inheriting that from Jason Perkins, who, like we said, has been a Phoenix lifer. Chow muscling his way in.
Chow is about 6'6" at the very least.
Listed at 6'8".
Perhaps.
Yeah, and he's wide-bodied too, Coach.
And then his improved handles has given him the chance to get to his shooting spots. Hefty. And court savvy as well. Again, his scoring threat from the outside enables him to be able to attack the closeouts.
Now has 7 points. 14-10. Macau in front. Williams got blocked by Mitchell. Off and running are the Black Knights. Chong Kui gets body checked by Inot.
That's a roadblock if I've ever seen one. Double the size of Damian Chong Kui. Definitely they'll be missing the 20-point per game scoring of Richard Rivero, but a 31-point output last time that they won against TNT.
Chong Kui, that stop and pop mid-range. Actually, you'd expect him to be shooting from the outside.
But
given his size.
it's more really of a mid-range gunner instead of a 3-point sniper. Although he's at 36%, but has only converted 14 attempts in 11 games from 3-point territory.
He's selective with his 3-point shooting too, Coach. Tuffin kicks out to no one. That's going to be a turnover for Phoenix.
Turnovers hurting Phoenix here in quarter number 1.
That's their third. Chen feeds Chow. It's Perkins now on Ray. Leung, step back 3. Doesn't work. Williams likes the rebound. The white shirts trying to attack. De Los Santos from the corner. Count a 2-ball for him. He had his foot on the line.
Without the scoring of Richard Rivero in his presence, transition offense will be affected. Someone is to be able to pick up the slot, but definitely not just one player. Collective contributions will be very important here for the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Well, so far, Coach, the offense of Macau, it's come from 2 players. Leung with 10 points and Chow with 7. Chong Kui trying to help, but he misses badly on that pull-up J. It's a 7-point lead for Macau. We have a timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Guard, and he slipped. Way to step in there. Jenna's great defense on the reaction. Way to keep finding your guys. Ray, keep being aggressive. Tone, do your shit. We're going back out there. Hey, they got the shooters on the floor, so let's get a hand up. Other than that, we straight. Let's go. Team on 3.
Back inside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium, where Ray Chow is trying to impose himself again at a 22-point second quarter on this very floor a few nights ago.
That's 22 of their 33-point second quarter output. After timeout play here for Phoenix, nets them their 14th point of the quarter.
Chow hitting from 4. He's catching fire again.
One of their best 4-point shooters is Raymond Chow. In terms of percentage, he's number 1 at 6 of 16 heading to this game.
He's
at 4 against the Firma.
Yeah, 11 points now for Chow. Williams looks at the clock, missing on that turnaround, and Mitchell gets that rebound. Tony Mitchell hasn't really made much noise here.
But he's been defending Williams effectively. And that's extremely important.
Chong Kui. Little hesitation. Out to Mitchell. Back to DC. Attacking JL. Finds Chen from the corner. That's a three.
And that's the value of Chong Kui. Shifty, elusive, but good peripheral vision involving his teammate who knocks in another 3 ball for the black shirts.
Well, that was halfway in for De Los Santos. Leong for 4. Oh, there it is. We talked about how Macau is dangerous from deep.
And this early, Chao and Leong have almost hit their scoring averages. That's how well they have shot and scored here in quarter number 1.
14 points for Leong, 11 points for Chao.
That's 25 to the 30.
I mean, Leong himself has matched the output of the entire Phoenix team.
And it's not volume shooting. It's high percentage shooting that we're seeing from Leong and Raymond Chao.
Here's Chong Kui.
That's his game. A mid-range specialist. And this will be a total of 10 straight points here right now for the Black Knights.
Chong Kui getting some love from Tony Mitchell. Macau has hit 2 4-point shots here in the opening quarter, and they have broken this game open very early. They're up by 18 points. We have a timeout brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook. Macau has gone on a massive run here. It's a 13-0 pass, and Williams gets stopped. That's traveling.
19-12 was the scoreline when they called timeout. 5-minute and 25 mark. Since that time, 13-2 generated by Chao, Leong, and of course, Damian Chong Kui.
Remember that Phoenix scored after that timeout. That's a 13-0 blast.
I made a mistake. I said 10-0 blast. And there were 2 made 4-point baskets during that span.
And then Chong Kui has also turned on the Jets.
He's been the key. He may not be the one scoring the most number of points, but he has been the one setting up those shots. Finding open teammates, attracting the defense, sucking in the defense to help out. And then issues, a pinpoint pass to be able to have an open teammate knock in one shot after another.
He only has 2 assists credited to him, Coach, and those were 2 3-pointers, one from Leong, one from Chen, both from the left corner. But you're right, he's made that defense work, and he's opened up opportunities.
You have to guard him all the time. It's either he's shooting, attacking, or finding an open teammate. Single-digit game for Chong Kui, and that was his confidence low. The #1 scorer, one of their top 2-point gunners. Likewise, nearly 88% from the free throw line. #1 shooter from the line as well for Macau Black Knights.
Lou. He stood as a wall in between Perkins and that rim. Mitchell could not slam it home.
Chance to run here for the white shirts. And this is Williams is so good at.
And that's what Jonathan Williams will soon realize, that he will have to outrun Mitchell this entire game.
Stops a 15-0 run here for the black shirts.
Tony. Robert. Coach, Tony Mitchell is holding on to his left knee every so often. I wonder if there's anything bothering him.
Whatever it is, this is the last game for the Black
Yeah.
Knights. 4 straight points here for Williams, and Perkins pushes their scoring output to 18.
Boom. Miscommunication between Leong and Mitchell.
2 missed attempts from Mitchell and a turnover will allow Phoenix to try and even inch closer and bridge the gap, which stands at 16 at present.
Escandor. Blocked by Leong.
Outside shots have not fallen so far for the Fuel Masters. Shooting clip for them stands at 35% compared to 63% for the Black Knights.
Here's Nelly using that pick. Perkins will take it from the outside, and that's a 7-0 run for Phoenix coming off a timeout.
To answer to a 15-0 surge instigated earlier by Chong Kui, Xiao, and of course Leong. Down to 13.
34 first quarter points for Macau, and we still have 40 seconds left. Shackelford, he hasn't even made noise yet.
Right. Coming off the bench once again. So 2 missed attempts, 2 turnovers in the last 4 possessions for the Black Knights.
Phoenix is now banging on that door, only down by 13. Their last bucket was this 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Perkins asking for it.
Very heavy defender against Jason Perkins. No problem for Perks. It's 9 points off the bench already for Phoenix. None so far for the Black Knights.
And for some reason, Perk loves it. When it's a bigger, heavier defender in front of him, that's when he thrives.
He's so used to playing inside. 7 straight points here for Phoenix since being down at 34-16. A minute and 45 mark. And they cut into a 17-point deficit, 18-point deficit, down by just this much.
Leong and Chao had the dream start. They both hit 4-pointers. They were hitting from everywhere. And they powered Macau initially, Coach.
60% shooting because of these 2 gunners. One is a big man, the other a designated sniper. But lo and behold, Macau better beware because the Fuel Masters now finding their range.
It's only an 11-point lead for the Black Knights at the end of 1. We'll come back with the second.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ray Chow, we were just talking about his 22-point second quarter explosion against Terra Firma. All 3 of his 4-point shots came in that second period. Nelly erased the defense.
10 straight points for Phoenix since being down at 34-16. 10 straight points bridging the first and second quarters for the Fuel Masters.
Leong, hats off. Macau has not scored since the 2:30 mark of the first quarter. Escandor misses from the corner. Leong out to Chong Kui. Damien zigzagging, had to dribble out. He's trying to get past Nelly.
Oh my.
That was an impressive shot, but
no continuation given.
It's just going to be a sideline inbound. This 3-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. That one coming from Evanelli, extending Phoenix's run to 12-0, stretching between the first and second quarters.
At one instance, they were just below 30% shooting. Right now, it has increased to about 47% because of this huge run.
And finally, Mitchell making loud noise.
That stops a 12-0 run generated by Phoenix. What a move.
Mitchell was there to make it difficult for Williams, though. Leong to Chen, asking for some space. He wants to attack Escandor. Chen missing. That pass deflected by Shackelford. It will stay with Phoenix.
Williams doing the right thing. Pushing the pace, trying to score on easy looks or early looks, especially without Tony Mitchell inside right now to defend or to protect the rim for the Black Knights.
Perkins. He hit one from there earlier, missing this one. Tio coming up short, but 2 offensive rebounds for Tyler in this possession. Williams, that was the shot he missed late in regulation against TNT, missing it again.
3 straight misses for Phoenix.
We have to love the effort in trying to get second chance opportunities. Shackelford way off. Nelly, good pass to Perk. Mitchell looks like he got hit where it hurts. It's Williams back out to Tio. They repost Jonathan. Perkins blocked by Shackelford.
That's a big defensive stop. That leads to a basket on the other end. Just a straight shooter, really. Not the smoothest of the dribble player, but just finds a way to score.
This was great effort for Macau. Actually, not just in this possession, Coach. Back-to-back possessions, they got multiple stops.
This is how they also got the lead. Through consecutive and multiple defensive stops. And then Chong Kui took care of playmaking, while Leong and Chow detonated one bomb after another for Macau in the first 12 minutes. No rebounder.
Still
a violation.
A violation on Phoenix, meaning Leong, who missed that first shot, will get a replacement free throw.
This is both.
So unable to complete the three-point play. Yeah, I guess it just wasn't meant for him. Yeah, had a couple of opportunities.
That's from our perspective. But from his side of things, he couldn't believe that he missed.
Yeah, for sure.
Those free throws.
We keep on saying it every game Macau plays. Shooting is Jennings Leong's specialty.
True. But that was Williams earlier attacking the defense of Tony Mitchell. Too much. But that's really his game. On the rebound, brings the basketball down and can play point center for the Fuel Masters.
He apologizes to Perkins as Leong takes a seat. More locals being brought out by Coach Marcus Elliott. Chow now on the floor. To the other Chow.
Wow, what a crossover move coming from Raymond Chow. Nice duel between Jason Perkins and Raymond Chow. Points of the bench contributed heavily by Jason Perkins. 12-0 in terms of second unit points in favor of Phoenix. Perimeter scoring belongs meanwhile to the Black Knights, 21 against 14. Tied at 14 apiece in terms of points inside the paint.
I think teams have learned that when they're facing Macau, you're really worried about their starting unit. And the Phoenix Shackelford coming off the bench. But mostly it's their starting unit's offense that you really have to limit.
That's averaging about 82 points per game. They're starters. That's how heavy these 5 scores for the Black Knights. But again, when you bring out the starters, that's where the problem comes in for the Black Knights.
And that's why, players like Jenning Leong, they usually play over 40 minutes. Even Tony Mitchell. Oh, Chow could not hang on to it.
Another job opportunity here for Phoenix.
Tuffin will check back in. Nelly will take a seat on the bench. 12-point game. Still a long ways to go in the second quarter. Williams attacking Mitchell.
Sweeping hook.
That was beautiful to watch, but it did fall in. Williams is only 3 for 9 from the field. He does have 6 points and 9 rebounds.
All from the inside.
Chow attacking Perkins. Phoenix on the counter run. Escandor able to score.
Rare fast break points here coming from Phoenix. They'll take that. They have a total of 7 second quarter points. 6 meanwhile for Macau.
First 2 points for F. It's Chow. Ray, he's been trying to attack Perk. Had nowhere to go. Actually saw some space, but came up short. On the run again are the white shirts. It's Tio. Hook finish through the foul.
And again, without Richie Rivero, for them to be able to get to the fast break zones or fast break lanes, the other guards must be able to do this. The way Tio earlier, the way Iskandar attacked earlier, and now how Tio was able to get to the basket from the backcourt.
And it looks like they borrowed Richie's moves for this game. I mean, that sidestep from F. Escandor. But Richie really does it different. Like, very few people are able to pull off that sidestep, Euro step, Pinoy step. You can't do the Yugo anymore. That's a violation now. But at some point, Richie will have to patent that move. Because no one can do it as good as he does.
And he's been doing it for about a decade already.
Exactly. Coach, why is it that there are players who are like that? Like, before, they always said, C-Stan will always go back to his right. But still, even though you know it, you can't stop it.
And that's why they are special players. You know what they're going to do. It's never a secret, but they still can do it with ease. That's why they're big stars.
Here's Perkins.
Oh,
A little too strong. Tuffin felt he was pushed.
that good effort play still coming from Tuffin.
Phoenix now playing importless with Williams on the bench. Around halfway through the second quarter. Leong trying to get it to Mitchell. A smaller Tuffin on him. Shackelford guarded by Escandor.
Oh, wow.
Floater is good.
That's a difficult shot. 4-point run here. Increases an advantage to another 11-point lead.
We have another timeout brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook. We're taking a look on your screens. You saw Commissioner Willie Marshall and PSC Chairman, of course, Mr. Pato Gregorio, enjoying the action here inside the Nino Aquino Stadium. Perkins, short. This is going to be a challenging stretch for Phoenix as they play without Williams. Mitchell has been, or remains on the court, I should say. And it's going to be on him to try and be a bit more aggressive. Shoots over Daves. No good.
That's good defense for Daves.
Escandor being chased by Chow. Hard off the glass, too strong. And Shackelford trying to dance with Perk. Chongqui. He wants to use his speed against Perkins. Hasn't been able to buy his shots.
He decided to take an outside shot. I thought he would be attacking and heading straight to the basket.
Not only did he have a taller defender, he had space to attack.
As he asked his teammate to clear out that left driving lane.
But Phoenix hasn't been able to knock down their shots either.
They made some couple of layups to bridge the gap.
Leung, short on that shot. Escandor with the rebound, he gets fouled.
Phoenix has not scored in over 2 minutes. It was 40 against 33. 7-minute mark. So almost 3 minutes of scoreless spell here for the Fuel Masters. So in comes Jonathan Williams. As Tony Mitchell has dominated the rebounding battle here so far since they rested Jonathan Williams.
Well, it's been a battle of runs for these two teams. Macau had their rally early on, and then Phoenix responding with a 13-0 blast. Now they go to Perk against a smaller Shackelford. That's easy money for Perkins.
That's good spacing for Phoenix to be able to bounce on that mismatch with Perkins defended by Shackelford.
Chongqui. Felt a grab from Nelly and
sold the call.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Evan.
12 against 10 in the quarter, still in favor of Phoenix.
But it really has slowed down after a 34-23 first quarter favoring the Black Knights.
Better defense on the shooters like Young and containing the offensive outburst as well of Raymond Chow.
Jennings stops on a dime, knocks down a three.
And as I say it, Young able to use that ball screen well. As Staffin was caught fighting that ball screen. Another 3-ball here for Young.
That's 19 points for Jennings. His third three-pointer. They go cross-court. What a pass from Perkins. You have to have eyes behind your head to make that pass.
You know, for a lot of teams, they have that system wherein you get the ball in the post. Then you have the spots on the weak side that you're supposed to be at.
Shackelford, wow, the lane just opened for him. Easy pickings for Phoenix.
Miscommunication between Perkins and Tuffin in that last defensive breakdown. Shackelford has been a top cover here for the white shirts.
Tuffin will attack. And that will be reviewed. That may have come when the ball was on its way down already. It's close, but we'll let the referees decide. Was it still at its apex? They say no. That's why I think, Coach, we're blessed that we're not given incredible athleticism and leaping ability. So we never get called for goaltending violations.
Well, we count our blessings. Thankful for what we have.
You look at the glass half full, right?
We have good seats, always.
9-point lead for Macau. Phoenix trying to draw closer. Outside shot, that goes in.
2 3-point baskets for Tuffin here in the quarter. They're behind at 44-33 since that time. 10 against 5 in favor of Phoenix. Lead down to 6 for the Black Knights.
Chongqui guarded by De Los Santos. A rare mix of De Los Santos and Nelly sharing the backcourt for Phoenix. Chongqui running out of options. Mitchell from deep. That's also rare. A three-pointer from Tony.
That was only, that's his 8th conversion. He's at 25% at 7 of 28 heading to this game.
Nelly with 8 to work with. Going to Williams.
Nice delivery on that pass coming from Ivan Nelly. Looking left, passing right. And Williams using the window to knock in another basket for Phoenix.
Jonathan Williams with 8 points now. It's Perk on Leon. Williams showing. Shackelford. Dribble pull-up doesn't work. Phoenix with a golden opportunity to draw closer. The perfect pitch from Nelly to Williams.
Wow. Second straight assist. 4 straight points for Phoenix. Down by 18, now behind by just 5.
That pass was calculated to perfection. Leung. Mitchell could not finish, and he's really bothered by something on his leg.
5 against 4.
They go inside. Williams block. That's a foul on Leung.
That was the only option left for Leung, really. Let Williams earn it from the line.
Phoenix has been recognizing whenever Tony Mitchell is not able to get back down on defense, they've been capitalizing inside with their import. Jonathan Williams will be at the line when we come back. We have a timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Wait for it. Hey, set that good back screen. You don't have to throw it if it ain't there. Jen, if you off the initial action, if you can turn the corner, turn the corner. Yeah. Hey, let's start out. We need to get something right here. We've been stagnant. We let him come back. We need something. Let's go. Let's execute.
Actually, from this side kasi hanggang dito sa kabila na punit eh. So, yung ring and the middle finger medyo nagkiwalay. Pero okay lang. Parang wala namang bale, hopefully. And syempre kailangan healthy para dun sa next na game kasi medyo mas-win pa rin kami.
Well, Rich Rivero unfortunately could not suit up for this game. Well, you heard the gravity of the injury. Richie, I think, described it in the best possible way to make all of us understand and maybe wince a little bit.
Yung threshold for pain ni Richie, mataas, no? Nakangiti pa siya.
Tsaka wala lang daw, coach.
Masakit yun eh. Ang haba nung description niya.
Yeah, and then ang sinabi niya, okay lang, wala naman yatang balik. He's a warrior. De Los Santos a little bit too aggressive.
That is the right thing to do. Play Chongqui, really physical. He's been running rings around his defenders. So Phoenix winning the quarter here at 24-18, cutting what was once an 18-point deficit to just a 1-possession disadvantage.
I'm also really impressed with Damian and how he's able to keep his cool through the physicality, that exact physicality you're talking about. And you did mention how he's making the defense work. He finds another open teammate for 3.
I think he's so used to the fact that he's one of the smallest players always inside the floor. So find a way to cut your edge.
It was down to a 3-point game, but A triple from Chow from the corner extends their lead back up to 6. 17 and a half seconds to work with for Phoenix. Coach Charles Chu, a new head coach in the PBA. He has coached his team to a 5th seed. As of the moment, they have a chance to go up and maybe even earn a twice to beat advantage. The only thing is, there's also a chance to slip down.
That's why winning is paramount on their minds. Can still go to 8-4 as they also will be playing San Miguel in their final match after this game against Macau tonight.
8 seconds left. Nelly making his move. Evan Williams on a putback right in the nick of time. Evan felt like he should have made that layup, but it's still the same 2 points for Phoenix.
And that's all that counts here for Phoenix. Completely forgetting a sluggish start and weathering that shooting display of Leung and Raymond Chow right now back in the hunt. Down by just a few points, heading to quarter number 3.
Phoenix, they fell behind with the early hot shooting of Macau, but the way that they've been able to climb back in this game, Coach, speeding up the game.
And defending, only surrendering 21 second quarter points while scoring 28 of their own. And they have Williams to thank for, together with Perkins, Steele, and of course the rest of the Fuel Masters who had a collective effort to fight back eventually after the first 24 minutes.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Philippines. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the Great Revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free. Last year, the spark of the Great Revival was ignited. This 2026, the spark becomes a wildfire. Witness a bigger tour of Luzon 2026. 5 regions, 13 provinces, 14 grueling stages, local and international teams, 1 legendary title. Every pedal, every climb, straight to your screens. Catch the Tour of Luzon 2026 from April 29 to May 13 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play.
We're at the fold inside the Nino Aquino Stadium where the Macau Black Knights lead by 4 points. The Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. Macau already out of contention here in the conference, but they're playing for pride. They want to close out their PBA campaign on a strong note. Thank you for joining us on PBA Rush. You got Shot Sulit with Coach Ronnie Magsanok. Are you surprised, Coach, with this 4-point lead by Macau?
Well, surprised in the way that I thought that Phoenix would take control in the early goings. Not surprised that Phoenix was able to fight back. Now the bigger question right now for Macau is, can they hold on, as Phoenix has found its scoring groove and Jonathan Williams has started to dominate the running lanes for the Fuel Masters.
In their previous game against TNT, which they won at the buzzer thanks to Tyler Teo, Kenneth Tuffin had a double-double of 11 points and 12 rebounds. Also had a couple of steals, and Perkins also got busy, 15 and 7. Those two are also contributors here today.
if you're to beat a high-level team or an elite team such as TNT, then your major stars have to be at their best. And this is exactly what we saw of the Fuel Masters en route to winning in overtime against TNT. Tyler Teo playing the hero's role. You also have to factor in the arrival of Jonathan Williams and the 30-plus points delivered by Richie Rivero in that conquest versus TNT.
And now we'll take a look at our halftime numbers. What you don't see here is that the biggest lead that Macau enjoyed in that first half was actually 20 points. They led 34-14 at some point.
Wow. Eventually, Phoenix will fight back. Anchoring its rally on their bench players, rather players off the bench, led by Jason Perkins and Evan Nelly. 3 points and 4 assists to help out Phoenix win the second quarter and decrease their disadvantage to just 4 points entering the last 2 quarters. Look at the major category, which is rebounding, which Jonathan Williams controlled, of course, for the Fuel Masters.
Well, Macau scored 34 of their 55 in the first quarter. Leung leads everyone with 19. Yeah, 14 in the first quarter alone. And Chao also catching fire early. But as for Phoenix, like you said, you know, the way they've been able to fight back is not the takeover of 1 or 2 men. It's a team effort starting on the defensive end. The 2026 MPTC Tour of Luzon is back. Bigger, bolder, and tougher than ever. We have local and international cyclists facing a grueling 14-stage battle across 13 provinces and 5 regions. It's a 1,800-kilometer test of endurance, speed, and strategy. Don't miss a single moment of it. You can catch all the action live on the Pilipinas Live app. It's also going to be on One Sports and One Sports Plus. If you happen to come across a certain video on Facebook of one of our senior producers, Mr. Nick Earnshaw, he's online talking about his experience covering the Tour of Luzon. It's always an exciting event, Coach, because like we mentioned, international cyclists come to the Philippines.
We grew up watching that event every summer, really.
Wow.
I've been a big fan of the Tour of Luzon way back.
Yeah, I love how scenic the routes are. Tyler Teo opening up the second half with a 3-pointer.
Definitely very confident because of that game winner that he had against TNT. That gave them that very important win against Tropang 5G.
Well, when Richie was out, Tyler came through, and that might have to be the case here. They might have to turn on tea time. Mitchell underneath, it gets tough and blocked by Williams, but Tony recovers and puts it right back in.
It's been an adventure for Mitchell underneath, and every time he misses a couple of shots, that is the trigger for Phoenix to run them to the ground.
What's gonna be tough for Tony, and it has been for the entire conference, he's had to manage, number 1, his fouls, number 2, his endurance, also because he has had to play very long minutes.
They played the entire first 2 quarters.
Yeah. Because after Mitchell, there's no legit center for the Black Knights.
They only have 3 bigs.
Yeah, and
plays alongside one of them in Raymond Chao.
Lou is a little bit more of a tall power forward. Maybe he can double as a center every now and then, but not the way Mitchell holds that middle ground. But it's toughened.
When they play with pace, they are a better team. And who fuels their transition pace? It's Evanelli and of course Tyler Teo. A no-look pass pushes Toughen to his strong side, and Toughen taking it really strong. Just 1 point behind.
The first half saw Kenneth Toughen drill 3 3-pointers. This time, he's trying to take 3 the traditional way, but comes up short on that bonus free throw. Chet wants 4. Way off. Toughen with the board. Theo running on the other side. Tyler. Tea time, no good. Toughen. Fouled by Chen. He's going to be back at the line.
Taffin has really built this game immensely. More of a knockdown shooter in college for FEU. Now has proven to be a very good perimeter stopper and also an able import defender.
You take a look at the way Phoenix is put together. It's such a young team.
Very young.
A relatively young coach as well, and Coach Charles Tew. And if you give these guys a chance to really grow together, they can achieve a lot of incredible things here in the PBA. You can say the same, Coach, about Converge, group of young,
Rain or
promising
shine.
guys. Hey, that's true too.
Now they're reaping the dividends of investments in drafting young players.
But you remember the quote of Coach Yang where he said they've been called young for so many years already that he feels that they're ripe already
Time
to make
is now.
Yeah. Perhaps the same also for Phoenix. I think Converge still is the youngest team in terms of those that are making their mark here. Look at Theo. No good. Williams misses. Will he get a third try? It's going to be tough in missing again. A fourth. Mitchell finally gets in the mix. And that's going to be interesting. That seemed like it should have been a jump instead of a travel.
Meanwhile, what I saw was the effort of Mitchell finally.
For sure.
As he was watching outside the longest arc for that basket to be converted until he decided to be in the midst of that battle underneath. And because of his effort, they were able to finally make a defensive stop.
I'm a little used to seeing that when both guys land back on the floor with their hands on the ball, it's a jump. But we'll try to get clarity on that. They eventually rule it a traveling violation and give the possession to Macau. But Coach, Phoenix has taken advantage here in the third quarter. They lead by 1.
7-2 here in the third quarter. Only 2 points given up here on that Mitchell point-blank conversion. The rest has been the Fuel Masters taking control here in the third.
Chongqui losing control of it. And possession goes back to Phoenix. Needless to say, this game carries more importance for the Fuel Masters.
Yes.
As all Macau is trying to do is they're trying to be party spoilers. They're trying to rain on the parades of teams that they're facing.
Exit on a bright note. Especially after coming up with just an 84-point game against the Reforma, losing by 18, scoring only 7 points in the fourth and final quarter.
Leung, quick trigger. He has a pure stroke. That one just did not go in. Toughen, straight to the rack, coming up short. Ooh, miscommunication again between Mitchell and Leung.
But at least Mitchell was underneath. And his presence alone, probably a little intimidation against Ken Taffin.
Even the way that he's talking to his teammates here in the third quarter, Coach, a little bit more vocal for Tony. Theo. Nothing there. Williams on the second try. And Phoenix is threatening to pull away. Now up by 5.
Anchored on an 11-2 run to open up quarter number 3. 11 points in under 4 minutes. Very impressive fight back here for Phoenix.
You gotta go get that. Let's settle down, though. We don't need a motherfucking taking threes. Like, that was a good look. Get something going to the rack. You got something going to the rack. Ray got a foul call. You know what I mean? Be aggressive going to the rack. It's really just effort on the defensive end, though. And that's everybody. But Tone, your man is in there getting them boards. We need you. If you're tired, we'll put Lou in, give you a 2-minute rest, and then bring you back out. Hey, let's bring it in and suck it up, bro. Let's go. Go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Back inside the Nina Aquina Stadium, we see a lot of PBA fans in attendance here. Also looking forward to the second game. We have Mayor Stephen Palmares of Pasig City, Iloilo, together of course with PSC Chairman Mr. Patrick Pato Gregorio. sitting along the sidelines.
Maybe a project is in the offing.
Maybe another visit of the PBA to Pasig City. I wouldn't hate that. Would love to go back to Iloilo. We always come back super duper full and maybe maybe 5 to 10 pounds heavier when we go to Iloilo.
They like Bachoy in Nasal.
And a whole lot more of whatever they have to offer, Coach.
The whole lot more is a whole lot extra pounds.
Tayo naman, we're just polite guests. We never
Yes,
say
yes.
no to an extra serving or extra 5 servings of rice.
Nice, nice, nice. Garlic rice.
Yun ba? Here's Williams. He was defended well by Mitchell. Chow back in the mix, trying to impose his might again. Macau will need 2 points in the third quarter. Chow from the corner, drills in a 3.
Second field goal of the quarter. They need more of that outside shooting that they exhibited in the first 12 minutes, wherein Chow and Leong shot the lights out against Phoenix.
Inside, Tuffin trying to get position against Leong. Hits the corner of the board. Leong to Chongqui. Good effort for Escandor. Ooh, Leong on that handoff stepped on the sideline. So that's going to go back to Phoenix.
Unforced turnovers, empty possessions, they always hurt.
But we have to say that coming off that timeout, you feel the energy rise back for Macau. Something they need. Inside to Williams. Mitchell has made life difficult for Williams underneath.
That's why it has to be a constant effort for Mitchell to really patrol the paint, protect the rim for the black shirts.
Chongqui to Chow. There's that crossover. Raymond falls on the ground, no whistle.
4 against 3.
And Tuffin will capitalize.
No Mitchell, no Chow, no 2 tallest players, and the white shirts once again will run them to the ground. Fast break scoring has been heavy for Phoenix, even without the presence today of their number 1 scorer, Richie Rivero.
They're up by 4. Only a 1-possession game. Chongqui on that bump.
2 field goals scored so far here by the Black Knights. 13 points meanwhile for Phoenix.
You know what I've been noticing about Tony Mitchell? Every single game, he's greeting players in the PBA like they're his brothers. And I think it's a testament to the relationship he's built with so many players, whether or not he was teammates with them in the PBA.
I'm sure the local players remember him so well. Took Phoenix to the semis, eventually lost in the Final Four, but he won the Best Import Award over Tyler Bay, Benny Boatwright, among others. That's how good he was in 2023. Something he wants to replicate here in 2026 and perhaps try to take Phoenix once again all the way to the top.
Tuffin. Free throw line jumper is good. Kenneth Tuffin continues to stroke it. He's got 21.
They have been striking hot from the mid-range. Tyler Teo, Ken Tuffin, both players also shooting well from beyond rainbow line. Now up 6 since being down by 20, as you mentioned earlier.
Chow. He's been shying away from those outside shots.
Well, Perkins is not giving him any breathing room to be able to find an open look.
Chongqui has also been limited, although at the very last second, De Los Santos bought. Well, he left his feet, he left the ground, and eventually landing on Chongqui, bailing Macau out.
Phoenix, after the first 24 minutes, only allowed 7 free throws for the Black Knights. So defending without fouling, very important for Phoenix to keep up the pace.
I think something that's surprising right now for Macau is that Chongqui has only taken 9 shots. Tuffin fouled by Chow.
And again, the pace. Transition game. A big part of the offensive system of Coach Charles Tiu.
I'm actually very impressed with how Macau doesn't foul a lot. That's only their 7th foul in the entire game.
You cannot foul a lot when you just use about 6 to 7 players. I think by now they have learned that they will have to play at least 35 to 40 minutes each.
Some friends and family in attendance here.
As we are about to approach the playoff season come next week.
Yeah,
the
May
start
10,
of the quarterfinals.
May 10, Mother's Day is going to be the last day of eliminations.
Mother's Day. Please remember that date.
Oh, yeah. And please, appreciate your moms, your wives, the mother of your children.
Or else.
And they do a lot for the family. So
that's heavy lifting.
Yep, we tip
for
our
all
hats
the mothers
off to all.
out there.
De Los Santos needed a bit of a lift on that attack. But Phoenix has gone up by 7. Leong has been silent.
No breathing room again. No space to take shots. This time it's Williams out of the restricted zone. Mitchell will not be denied. That close to the basket against the smaller Fuel Masters.
De Los Santos did everything he could. But even with his arms held up high, he couldn't reach anything. Look at this.
7 in the quarter so far for the Black Knights. Meanwhile, 16 points fired by Phoenix.
Actually, De Los Santos didn't even raise his hands. I think he was trying to protect himself from a potential poster. Phoenix only up by 5. Williams. Out to Inot. Go to the other side. De Los Santos, it's Perkins from deep. A miss. Macau on the move. Chow. He's gotten the respect of the league from 4-point range.
They are the #1 team in terms of taking 4-point shots. 97 4-point attempts.
Leong with a block.
At least 2 blocks for Leong in today's match.
That was great effort from Jennings Leong. Look at this.
Against Perks at that.
One thing we can say about Jennings, every single time, he pours everything he has.
True. We have to admire that character for Leong. But what about Evan Niel? Another assist on that baseline throw-in. 5 in the game in terms of extra passes here for Nelly.
The switch puts Inot on Chongqui. Chow really likes this matchup against Perkins. Loses control.
Difficult move.
No problem for Ray.
That was unleashing the entire arsenal. In and out. Speed move. Step back. Just to get a basket off Jason Perkins. 66 in the game. 11 here in the quarter for the Black Knights.
And a stop for Macau. Chow gets away.
6 points in the quarter for Chow. Increases his scoring output to 19. Down by just 1 after being behind by as much as 6.
Nelly to the corner. De Los Santos flips it out to Williams.
Nice pass.
Malaro ni Magsano.
Mahirap na pasa yun. Finally, Perkins responds to this onslaught coming from Raymond Chow. What a matchup between Perkins and Raymond Chow.
They've been challenged by each other.
Yes, true. Familiar also with each other's games for sure.
Chongqui. Chow has hit from there, and that's his 3rd triple.
From the same side, from the same spot. 1 in quarter 2, 2 here in the 3rd quarter to tie the scoreline at 71.
Inot. Tried to get it to Perk, but to no avail. There's 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. This game is knotted up, 71 apiece. We have a timeout brought to us by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
were heavy underdogs, but we had a film session. I think the coaches were also, not just me, my staff were able to light a fire on the guys. We called out whoever was performing well. We said, kahit naman walang import, we just wanted to battle, but the way we played there didn't look too good, and guys were angry at practice. Richie wasn't happy the last two practice, and I like to see that, diba? You want guys that are competitive, and I think he didn't say much, but his game did the talking today, and it's a big performance, and now we're just looking for consistency. We're trying our best to change and build a culture with the team here, so hopefully we can pull off a few more wins.
Coach Charles Dew, of course, trusted his younger guys. It's really nice to see Coach Charles there sitting on the sidelines as head coach and finding success, because again, as you guys all know, he was once with us here in our team at PBA Rush. De Los Santos with a lethal cross. It's a little, one too many moves for JL. It's Williams backing down. And he got the roll.
Finally gets one over the defense of Mitchell inside. Restricted zone. Restores a 2-point lead.
18 points for Williams, together with 19 rebounds.
Wow.
And 6 assists. Leong asking for a screen. Jennings to Shackelford. Shackelford falling away, no problem.
Once again, his ability to get to his shooting spots.
That's 6 points.
Off the bench. And that's one category that Phoenix has controlled since the entry of Jason Perkins off the bench.
Nelly, he loves those pull-ups.
The mid-range game of the Fuel Masters has been very impressive. Theo, Perkins, Nelly.
5 points for Evan.
And Kentafin, of course.
Mitchell setting solid screens. Chow looking at his feet. Taken away by Enot. Phoenix on the run. Tony missing. Gets it back. Handed it off to Santos, but that ball is going to go back to Macau.
This good effort play coming from Leong once again.
That's multiple times, Coach Ronnie, that Macau has shown us excellent transition defense.
It has to be constant for them because that is the battle plan for Phoenix. Given that Macau only plays 6 to 7 players, perhaps 8 at the most.
And they played 8 here today. Shackelford getting to the elbow. That's money.
Snaking the ball screen once again, getting to the right elbow this time. The mid-range master, hard at work.
We're tied. Nelly. No. Santos. Will they review a goaltend? That's what Coach Charles is asking for. But the final, the buzzer sounds on the third quarter. We're knocked it up, 75 apiece.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Did we get to a score knotted up at 75 entering the fourth? Well, Jennings Leong made it rain in the first quarter. 14 of his 19 points scored in the first, but he was scoreless in the third period. As for Phoenix, they've been moving that ball very well. They've been getting out in transition. They've been looking for the cross matches, the advantages, and they get the ball there and they carve out points. Jonathan Williams has also been a force. A massive double-double already with a full quarter remaining. 18, 20, and 6.
Let's go back a game ago. They only had 7 points in the fourth and final quarter, referring to Macau. In a frigid final quarter that saw them eventually losing by double digits against the Firm.
Well, this time, they start the fourth with Shackelford and Leung, two guys who did not play the fourth quarter at all.
And Chong Kui still inside the playing venue. That's very important.
Chow sends it out. Shackelford.
One key reason why the Black Knights were able to tie the count before the start of the fourth was Chow was able to recover his offense after being guarded so well by Jason Perkins.
Initially, those two guys made life difficult for each other.
Oh.
Almost a turnover. Mitchell recovers. They go up to Tony, bothered by Santos.
Broken up by Santos. And again, top of mind defensively here for Phoenix is to contain the shooting, the scoring of Leung.
We're just making sure the floor is safe for our players. Some wet spots there. You also can imagine just how the heat has been bothering imports here. A loose ball foul called on Chow. There was just a little bit of a concern when Chow and Santos both continued playing after the whistle. I think Chow wanted to rock the rim a little bit, and then Santos got a block that won't necessarily count on the stat sheet, and it's usually in those situations where, you know, players get fired up, just don't want anything untoward happening here. That's what Phoenix wants to see.
I thought that was a little bit of overhelping on the part of Shackelford against a very good knockdown shooter in Ken Tuffin.
It's a kick.
And again, the ability of Jonathan Williams to find an open teammate and move the basketball quickly like this one.
Yeah, that's an assist on a three-point shot brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
This is number 7 for Jonathan Williams.
And triple number 3 for Tuffin, who has 22.
Triple-double watch here for Jonathan Williams. 20 rebounds, 18 points, 7 assists.
The numbers will tell you why he was named best import over Bay, over Boatwright. That's a foul called on J-Dub. Oh, they rule it in the act of shooting. So that's going to be free throws for Leung.
Shackelford and Chow enabling the Black Knights to also tie bench scoring at 19 apiece. This was something that Phoenix controlled from the time that Perkins was able to find his mark off the bench.
In the fourth quarter against TNT, Chow Ji-jae actually saw a lot of minutes, but he was playing the point guard role against the pesky backcourt of the Jeep, and that's why he turned the ball over a lot. This time he's reduced to a spot-up shooter, and he's contributed in that role. Phoenix sure that they should get possession, and now Coach Charles saying he wants to challenge that call.
Phoenix lies 5th at 6-4. Macau in the 11th spot with a 2-9 win-loss record. Final game here in the Commissioner's Cup for the Macau Black Knights.
Let's see. Looks like it bounced off of Mitchell. Yeah, it should be Phoenix basketball. Tony might regret doing that little dance.
Again?
Tony might regret doing that little dance that he did after they got possession. But who knows? Well, our referee's taking a look at all the possible angles to make the right decision, because this could be a pivotal call. Whoever gets possession here, I mean, it's very close. But this was also how close the game was entering the fourth quarter between Macau and Terra Firma. It was Terra Firma on top by 1 before they outscored Macau 24-7 in that closing quarter. It's taking a while. They're really looking at it, and they're almost ready to make their announcement.
Tapos po ng review, ang last touch ay si Santos. Kaya ang challenge ng Phoenix Fuel Master is not successful.
Ooh. Oh, we need to see that without that graphic. Yeah, that's the only way we'll see that call.
Well, the decision already has been made. Possession will belong to Macau. We'll try to increase a 1-point edge.
So Phoenix has lost their challenge. Shackelford. Chow asking for it. Leung.
7 to the shot clock.
And Santos had a chance to get that. And that's the exact thing Coach Charles is telling him.
Wow. Second violation, second warning. Or the first one. First delay of game. Escape act coming from Chow, who scored once again here for the Knights. We're ahead by 3 points since being down by 6 late in quarter 3.
Which is it difficult for a player, for a pro who's been playing in a certain league for a long time, to enter a different league and just getting used to these house rules that maybe the PBA has that these players don't have in other leagues that they played in? Is it a big adjustment? Not really.
The main adjustment really is the time zone. And Williams is not a neophyte, not a newbie really. He's been here for an entire conference a few years ago. And they're showing us that he is really a workhorse on all aspects of the game. May not be a long-range shooter or a mid-range gunner, but finds ways to score. Controls the rebound and gets his teammates involved.
Of course, one thing that players find out as soon as they step into a PBA court is that there are 2 arcs.
Two long lines.
3-point line and a 4-point line. And if you're a player, you can't blame any player for being tempted to at least take or try one from beyond both arcs.
If you're an able long-range shooter, because that's super far, really.
I think when we first covered Rob Upshaw of Blackwater, we were like, do you have that kind of range? And then he knocked down 3 of them in his opening game. And then he knocked down more. And then Mitchell thunders down that jam.
They are able to recover, but now they have retaken the lead.
Williams playing far from the basket. Escandor to Perkins, wide open. Decides to dribble in. And a foul called on Chow. 4th personal for Ray. Nelly. There's that pull-up again. Mid-range maestro.
Not only is he leading the team in terms of assists, but is also scoring heavily as a player off the bench.
1-point lead for Macau. 8:20 left in regulation. Mitchell from the corner misses. And that's going to be the 5th foul on Chow.
And that's a major concern for a team which only has 3 bigs in the rotation.
They might have to dig deep pretty soon. Now they're gonna play small as they replace Chow with Chong Kui. So Perkins might thrive here, guarded by a smaller Shackelford. Perk bodying up. That's too easy for Hefty Lefty.
Gets you on his right shoulder, you're in trouble. Gets to the middle of the restricted zone. Automatic for Perks. 4 guards, 1 big for Macau at this stage.
Nelly forcing Chong Kui left. Damien takes it. Shackelford with a dance. Tough jumper doesn't go. And that's rebound number 21 for Williams. They go to Perkins again. And Perkins finishes through the foul.
So now you have to make a decision. Sit Raymond Chow down and Phoenix will blow you away, or put him back in. At least you have a chance.
That's exactly what Coach Marcus Elliott decided to do. Chow will be sent back in because Perkins is just eating up the defense underneath. He'll have a chance to complete a 3-point play and give Phoenix a 4-point advantage after this timeout.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Let's talk about Kenneth Tuffin, the guy who's leading Phoenix in scoring with 25 points. That's a 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. And he's done more than just hit from deep, Coach. He's got 7 rebounds and 2 assists. He stepped up in the absence of Richie Rivera.
Oh, indeed. 5 points in the first quarter, 9 in quarter 2, 8 in quarter 3. He's been very aggressive, likewise helping out his team in terms of rebounding, and Perkins will score 4 straight points. Down at 83-80, 7 straight points here, delivered by Phoenix to take a 4-point edge.
That's been the story all game long. Run for run, these two teams have gone. 7 minutes and change. Leung.
A bad pass.
His pass taken away by Escandor. F looking for teammates. He goes inside. Williams did not realize he had Leung. Perkins powering through.
6 straight points for Perkins. Nobody can stop Perkins underneath with his defender earlier. Very small. And right now, Chow saddled with 5 personal fouls. 9 straight points for Phoenix, up 6.
And the moment that Perkins drew the 5th foul on Chow, he has gone to dinner mode. Chow keeping Macau alive. His 4th 3-pointer, this one not from the corner.
Much needed boost from the second longest line to stop a 9-0 run here for Phoenix.
And we're not talking about Raymond Chow. We're talking about Chow Shing Chow.
8 straight points for Perks. That's 8 of the 11. Well, last 11 points for the Fuel Masters.
Here's Chong Kui against Nelly. Mitchell thought about the 3. Damien looking for an opening. Did not find any. Sends it out to Leung. Jennings has to take it. Difficult shot.
Oh my
goodness.
It's been very quiet. Too quiet for comfort. But when they needed an important long ball,
that's
Leung
what they say.
delivers.
Shooters shoot. That's what Jennings did. Nelly left with 3 seconds. Escandor had to fire, did not answer. Mitchell with a rebound. Macau doesn't have numbers. Leong doesn't care.
Nelly backtracked. And that was the cue for Leong to unload another 3-point attempt. 9 straight points, all coming from the second longest arc.
Oh, what a move! Richie, is that you?
27 for Ken Tuffin. 5 in the quarter for the Phil Kiwi, and Chongqui ends up limping.
He entered this game with a hurt leg. He had calf issues. That's why he was game time decision. And we just hope that it's not anything serious. It's Macau's last game already. You never want to see any player down. Phoenix up by 1. Timeout. Leong. We won't grow tired of talking about how he spent some time in Laguna. He was growing up, studied in Brent, spent time living in Los Baños, the hometown of Don Troliano. And he has done marvelous things here for Macau, but that's the same thing that Kenneth Tuffin has done for Phoenix.
Oh yes, from start to finish. Perkins off the bench, Tuffin as a starter. And then you have the all-around performance coming from Jonathan Williams.
Shackelford, a tough lay-in.
This is no 7-point fourth quarter for the Macau Black Knights. They already have accounted for 19 fourth quarter points. Phoenix meanwhile with 18. What a dogfight.
Well, this time they chose to leave their main guys on the floor.
That's true. Shackelford now playing the point position in lieu of Damian Chongqui. Had to leave the game because of an apparent injury.
Leong again.
Tough shot. Wow.
My goodness. Jennings is automatic.
Tough shot indeed.
How clutch can you get?
Getting hot when needed the most. 9 in the quarter for Leong.
Williams looking to tie the game. Missing that 3, and it looks like Ray Chow might be cramping up. He'll try to play through it. 3.5 to go. Shackelford to Mitchell. Williams looks like he's asking for some help somewhere in that defensive scheme. Tuffin acknowledges.
Well, we mentioned this earlier at the top of the coverage and even during the start of the first quarter, that when they hit their outside shots, they're a very good team, a very tough team to beat.
Jennings Leong started out waxing hot from deep. He scored 14 points in the first quarter. Scored 5 in the second and went silent, scoreless in the third.
Absent, totally absent.
But 11 points now. Here in the final period with 3:15 left.
That's 11 of their 24 points coming from Leong. Perkins again.
And he was blocked by Mitchell, the erasure by Tony.
He was also stood his ground against Jonathan Williams. Excellent number for Williams, but Mitchell holding forth.
Shackelford out to Chow. Could not hit the 4. Shackelford with a big board. Leong has Nelly in front of him. Jennings gets away. 13 fourth quarter points for Leung, he was itching to play in the fourth quarter against Terra Firma. He was shaking his head as he stayed planted on the bench. This time unleashed, and boy, he's brought it.
Hitting one big shot after another. They were down, but never out because of Jenin Leung's scoring explosion here in the fourth and final quarter.
$193. Macau leading. This is what we were talking about. They wanted to close out their PBA stint strong. This is their last game. We don't know yet if they'll be back for another campaign next season or in future seasons, but they want to make their mark. But Tyler Teo refuses to go down so easily.
Keeps them alive with the 3-ball, and that was a quick one. Incidentally, Jenin Leung has tied his conference best of 32 points.
Here's Leung. Coach Ronnie had mentioned it. He was best player of their 2 wins this conference. A couple of swipes. Referees say it's all ball.
Tony Mitchell says otherwise.
He was demanding for a foul. But what they're going to review here is last touch before the ball went out of bounds, because we literally just entered the last 2 minutes of this game. Coach Ronnie, we have San Miguel fans who are actually hoping,
we're cheering here,
cheering for Macau. Because if Phoenix slides down, that gives San Miguel more buffer and a stronger chance
to make it,
to seal their quarterfinals berth. That's going to be a foul on Perk.
That inbound play has been very tricky to defend, and Leung has been exceptional in finding Chow underneath. Normally, baseline inbound plays, very tough to score.
You have to be impressed with Macau still.
This is bouncing back, really, after that forgettable fourth quarter.
And I thought they also bounced back from a forgettable start to the conference, Coach Ronnie. They strung up 6 straight losses to open up their PBA stint.
Never recovered after.
Actually 7 straight losses, but then over their last few games looked a lot more competitive. Almost they won 2 of their last 4 games. They got close to TNT, only lost by 7 points. But I think every single guy on their roster plays with a chip on their shoulder.
Oh yes, indeed. It's a matter of pride. Being their final match. They'll burn as much time here. Shackelford has also done a good job playing the point position in lieu of Damian Chongqui.
A foul before Shackelford even got to the basket. That will send Shackelford to the line.
Macau winning the fourth quarter, 26 against 18.
Score was tied entering this period, 75 apiece.
All, right.
But the reason for that 28-point quarter, it stays 28, is Jenin Leung erupting for 13.
But those 2 free throw misses are critical misses.
Teo again.
Oh my.
Chow, I mean, there wasn't any call initially. There's no call yet, but it looks like they might be looking at a foul on Ray Chow. Tuffin looked like he got clocked on the face. We'll try to see it on the replay here.
So he got the rebound. Oh, he tried to raise the basketball up.
Oh, that swing. Oh my. That did not look good. That elbow landing straight to the jaw of Kenneth Tuffin. And Ray Chow is out of the game. He's done for the Commissioner's Cup.
Up 7. 72 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts for the Black Knights. 2 full. 1 full for the Fuel Masters.
There's still a lot at stake in this game for Phoenix. They still have San Miguel after this. Perkins missing.
He went for the home run.
And he looked at his feet and he said, it's one step back. Might as well. But missed on the 4. Phoenix with the ball. Phoenix down by 7. It's Phoenix Shackleford we're talking about, who has that basketball. And Macau turns it over.
They had 2 choices. Give it up to an open shooter or dump it in. Dump it in to a bigger teammate who was closer to the rim. But at least they exhausted almost the entire 24-second shot clock.
Yeah, at this point, it's time management for Macau that's going to be important. As for Phoenix, they're going to have to go as quickly as they can. The Fuel Masters have shot 8 for 26 from deep. They're trying to get a win here, to get the 7 wins before they face San Miguel to close out their elimination round.
8 wins is still within target for Phoenix, but they have to secure this victory against the Macau Black Knights, who are hell-bent to winning their final game before exiting the Commissioner's Cup. And it has shown in their effort throughout this contest from the get-go, from the tip-off.
2 teams have already clinched their twice-to-beat advantages. And NLEX, one of those teams, the other Barangay Nebra, the Road Warriors, have also secured the top seat in the elimination round. As we take a look at how many timeouts are left, only 1 30-second stoppage for Phoenix remains. You got 3 for Macau.
Looking for a quick basket are the Fuel Masters.
Do you go for a 4? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Watch out for Tio.
Nelly with the inbound. They go to Perkins. Nelly is also dangerous. But Nelly comes up short on the lay-in.
This time they go for a 2.
They're not fouling yet.
They have to do soon.
And they will send Lu Zijie to the line.
2 missed opportunities for Phoenix to put more pressure on Macau, who have outscored them here in the 4th and final quarter.
Lu Zijie has actually not taken free throws yet. In the entire conference, these are his first free throws. And he knocks down the first one.
Has not played much tonight. Earlier caught a glimpse of Escandor and Kai Balungay.
We actually thought he was going to be fielded in when Ray Chow committed his 5th foul, but it was Chong Hui that Coach Marcus Elliott inserted. Nelly, it's Tio for 4. No, Tuffin. Still nothing.
Missed their last 4 attempts. They were still ahead 93-90. But Macau, through the heroics of Jen and Leung, will outscore them 14 against 3. At least in the last 3.5 minutes.
The story stayed the same, Coach, throughout the entire 48 minutes. Run from one side a response from the other. Macau was first to hit in that opening quarter behind the hot hands of Leung.
But the 13 points of Leung in the fourth quarter really hurt Phoenix.
Yes.
Because nobody could stop him.
Phoenix was trying to miss that second free throw, but it banked in. Shackelford fouled by Tuffin.
Macau beat the Titan Ultra Giant Risers and the Blackwater Bossing. 119-107, 123-119. Blackwater did not play Robert Upshaw in that contest.
Richie Rivero not available
yes, I was
for this
about
game.
to say. Definitely they missed Richie Rivero tonight.
But for Phoenix, they still have a strong chance of making the playoffs. Or Shackelford with a really bad miss. Hit only the board. And we just want to give props to this guy, Phoenix Shackelford, who actually is a 5th grade teacher. And eventually, you know, turning pro just this year and had a good stint. Macau will close out their PBA stint as a guest team here in the Commissioner's Cup with a win over Phoenix.
They will end up at 3-9 and deal the Phoenix Fuel Master another loss, and they will slide down to 6-5. That 7th win was something that they were looking at, but Jening Leung had other things in mind. From the start, he was hot, attacking, shooting really well, having a one-track mind, and then tying his conference best of 32 points, striking the hardest when the game was on the line. And this was when we got to the 4th and final quarter.
Like you said, 3 wins for Macau in this conference. The common denominator in those 3 wins, Jening Leung was named best player of every win.
Good barometer, really.
Yep, and the Macau Black Knights take this one 105-98 over the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Macau wins it over Phoenix, and our player of the game is Jening Leung. Jening, it's been a roller coaster ride for you guys. Before the game, you were just saying how you wanted to finish the conference with a win. You guys do that. What difference does this make for you as you head back home?
I mean, it's always good to finish on a win, but I think for the organization, it's good to end on a positive note. So hopefully, if they're in the next conference, that they have something to build on.
What is it about this game that you appreciate the most, what you saw from your teammates, and just a total team effort tonight?
I just like how we fight. Like, there have been games where I thought our fight wasn't as good as it should have been, and today we actually showed some fight and we got the win.
And that ends the conference for you guys. Any message for everyone, even the Filipino fans who've been supporting your team?
Oh, I mean, thank you to all the fans, all the supporters. It's been a rough ride for us, but thank you for the support, and happy belated Mother's Day, and happy birthday to my mom.
Thank you so much. Congratulations once again, Jening. And now let's turn it over to the press room with the winning coach.
We now have Coach Marcus Elliott. Coach, could you discuss the fight that the team gave in the final minutes? You were able to pull off the come from behind win.
We held them off. They made a good run, especially at the end of in the third quarter. They came out and pretty much dominated third quarter with their size. Perkins played really well. Import played well. The little guard got in there and made some mid-ranges. But our guys kept composed. They came back. They made the plays on the offensive end. Jennings came down, hit a couple of big threes for us. We ended up tying it up. Once we got there, we pretty much settled down.
Let's talk about what happened between Macau and Phoenix. It was Macau's last game of the conference. As for Phoenix, this was an important one because they're still actually chasing a twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals. They haven't even clinched their seat. And so in the first quarter, it was rookie Tony Inot who hit from deep, trying to fill in for the absence of Richie Rivero, who hurt his hand against TNT.
Definitely the absence of Richie Rivero told heavily against Phoenix in the long run. Perkins tried their best to rescue this team together with Ken Tuffin, but Macau really played one of their best games here in the Commissioner's Cup in their exit match.
Every time Macau plays, we say this, when they hit from outside, they're a dangerous team. Tuffin got a 3, but you saw one from Jennings earlier, this one from Chow. The outside shots fell for them. It was those two guys teaming up. Leong had 14 first quarter points, Chow with 11, and they led 34-23.
That's why they got to over 30 points. But then in quarter number 2, Phoenix will strike back. Led by Ken Tuffin and Jason Perkins, of course.
Kenneth Tuffin had a ball game here. And so did Tony Mitchell, who also got inspired by his teammates shooting from the outside. You don't see a lot of these, but he did get a 3-pointer from the corner. Macau was ahead by 7 points.
I thought that Tony Mitchell was able to match up well against Jonathan Williams and really protected the paint outstandingly against Phoenix.
Williams had a 20-20 game, almost a triple-double too, but more of Ray Chow. Oh, this is actually Chow Ji-Jie, the other Chow for Macau, who drilled 4 3-pointers in this game.
Also played a huge role in the third quarter especially, and even in the fourth, when nothing was going right, when they needed someone to score from the outside, from long range. He was there to provide those much-needed boosts.
That's what you were talking about. Chao Shing Chao, a 3 from the corner. Chongki actually was a great facilitator, setting those 3-pointers up. Williams. I felt like Jonathan Williams was kind of slowed down by the defense of Mitchell.
Oh, yes. Also got tired a bit. Remember, this is only his second game. In less than 4 days.
Yeah, he
landing
shot
in Manila.
9 for 23 from the field. As for Shackelford, was able to contribute 13 points off the bench.
Another key player for the Macau Black Knights.
There were a lot of runs here, back and forth. These two teams went. Evan Nelly filling in the gaps as well. He had 9 points and 8 assists in this contest. But to close out the third quarter, we saw Shackelford once again just finding ways to torch the defense.
Very cool in getting to his spots. Made the shots that he was supposed to, and that was instrumental as to how they were able to keep in step against the streaking unit of the Fuel Master.
Especially in that third quarter, because Leong was scoreless in the third quarter. Little did we know he was reserving his best for the fourth.
So still a 5-point lead at 91-86. 91-86, and eventually will give up 19 points in the last 5 minutes.
Back-to-back threes from Leong. That's why, look at that, coach. There were no other black shirts, and Leong just decided to pull up from deep, which turned out to be the right decision. Tuffin kept fighting for Phoenix.
Oh, yes. And Ken Tuffin almost had this game won for Phoenix. They were still ahead at 93-92, but they will end up with 98. That's just 5 points away, 5-minute mark, while the Macau Black Knights will still score 11 points because of this excellent sniper.
Insane shooting from Jennings Leong, who finished with 32 points, 6 threes, added 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. A complete game for him. And he leads Macau to a 105-98 win in their final game here in the Commissioner's Cup. That will do it for us. Coming up next is San Miguel versus Terra Firma. For my partner, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, and for everyone in our production and technical teams, my name is Jot Sulit, thanking you for watching the PBA Commissioner's Cup here on PBA Rush. Don't go anywhere. Coming right up, SMB versus Terra Firma.